We have another guide for season, a letter to the future here. And this is going to show you 2 trophies that concern Sophon and Kochi, who live in the kind of northeastern corner of the valley here. You see their numbers right there, kind of close to what looks kind of like a farming area, similar to farming techniques they use in places like Peru and things like that, with the layers of land there. Looks very nice. So we're going to go behind that to get to Sophon's house, and we're going to look at emotional baggage handler first here, because you have to complete that in order to be able to unlock the ability to go on the tour with Sophon's son, Kochi. Tour de Tieng is the other trophy. So you're going to go back here, and I'm going to edit out a whole bunch of story and me stopping and taking pictures, but there will be a little bit in the beginning of me getting some stuff. I even stopped there, I think, and got some pictures of the lake. But, you know, again, that's what this game is all about, taking it all in. And by the end of this video, during the tour, we're going to see pretty much the whole valley, thanks to Kochi. We're going to ride our bike around in a nice big loop and see a lot of places. And we're actually going to see 2 locations that are going to be important for 2 other trophies that we're going to take care of later. But you basically have to walk on the back porch of this house and down the steps in order to get to where Sophon is. And you can kind of see her in the distance, I think. Very corner of the left there. There she is, actually, standing at the suitcase that she's looking down at. But right now I'm still collecting items, taking pictures and so forth. So what you need to do for Sophon when we get over there is, she tells you that, you know, she's packing because, again, everyone in this valley needs to leave at nightfall because there's a flood coming through right before the change of the season. So they're all getting in some kind of transport, and if you miss the transport, then you might be swept up with the flood. So we're going to help Sophon pack for transport, and she's going to tell us some history of the area and some history of her family, of her husband who's passed away, of her son. So I'm cutting out a ton of content here, but basically she's gonna think that it's time to leave, and she's not ready to pack yet. Not ready to leave.
I'm not ready to leave. Look at all this.
Once she realizes who we are, she's gonna ask our help to make some final choices, some hard choices on what to bring of her husband's stuff. So we're going to go through, and you're going to see the choices I make, but you are welcome to make whatever choices you want. There is no wrong answers in this task. The game does this the same in the prologue, gives you a bunch of things to choose from and tells you some reasons not to choose it and some reasons to choose it, especially with these books. You can tell she does not want to bring any of these books because they're heavy, and she doesn't agree with this Prism of Yesterday. She doesn't need a tour book for the place that she lived at. And the third book is a place she's never been to and probably will never go.
There's something optimistic about the colors they used.
But if you choose one of these, just like they did in the prologue,
We really
they'll
wanted to take a trip
find
before
some
I got
positive
back
slant to it.
and prepared for the
So,
lot.
in the end,
But it
there's
never
no
made the
wrong
trip.
answer,
It
is
was
basically what
always
I'm
going
getting
to
at.
be soon, but it never happened.
But I
Seems
choose
like
to
the
not
kind
take
of
any
thing
of
no
them
one does
because she
anymore.
says how
Which should I
heavy the
take with
books
me?
are. And we get to take one of them with us instead. And most of the choices are like this. Basically,
You're right.
items
I'm sure the Indian
that
city has a library anyway.
don't
I never
necessarily
had one.
hold
But would you
a
want to take one
substantial
with you?
memory for her or for her son regarding
Oh yeah,
the husband and father
you're the last Tieng Valley tourist.
that has
This was
passed
it.
away. But they will try to find meaning in whatever is chosen. So I don't want you to feel any kind of regret or any kind of worry about, if you pick the wrong thing, it's going to affect the game. We're going to ruin these people's lives forever. This is Kochi. I left this part in because it's kind of important to why you have to get this task done first.
Our old cart broke. I overloaded it. So I had to use the wheels of his bicycle. Now he's so mad he won't say a word.
So Kochi's a little upset. He can't ride his bike around anymore. So we're going to help fix that problem, and we're going to continue to make some choices here. So I'm going to let the rest of this play out. Again, I've edited a lot of the
I
context
don't know what to
and
do
the
with these.
dialogue between Sophon and ourselves
Was Yuri's
out.
best suit. Maybe when Kochi grows up, it'll fit
Make
me.
whatever choices
That's a
you
long
see
time away,
fit.
though.
You can see how my choices play out.
My island dress.
And I am going to cut out
I
a
made
bunch
this for
of
our
the
trip to
stuff
islands,
that
the trip we never took. It was
kind
based
of
on a photo
correlates
the seaside
to
Azan dance.
their religious
Our life
practices
spent
and
up
some items that
These are some of
that
Yuri's
occur
clothes from when he was a kid.
during the
I
scene,
thought Kochi could wear them.
just so that you
like
can
a
experience them
celebration.
when you play this yourself. But we'll go ahead and
But
let the
I
rest of
felt
this
him
play out,
away. He was a
and then
little
we'll come
boy.
back for the end.
He would put these clothes and go to school. He grew up. Oh, God, this hurts a little. Okay. Yes, let's bring it. It reminds me of our dreams together, things we wanted to do. Yuri learned to paint from our neighbor, Matiora. He painted all three of these. This is a self-portrait he did. Kind of intense, right? He was more handsome than that. I wish he could have seen himself the way I saw him, you know? He was really lovely. Just occasional dark moods from his work. This is his portrait of me. We got into a fight over it. What's that supposed to mean? You just splatter some paint on the canvas and put my name on it? He said it was my essence. I don't know. Do you think it looks like me? He painted this for Kochi. Some kind of private joke between the two of them. I don't get it. They were both interested in the war and how it ended. I'm not. I just pray nothing like that will ever happen again. Which painting should I take with me? Yes, you're right. Himself, from his own eyes. Something I could never see without this painting. Let's see how this is going so far. The dress I made for a trip never taken. I'll remember how Yuri saw himself. I think we're almost there. Let's just look a little more. My husband built these tools to study the valley. They were his life's work, and they took his life away. So what do I do with them? You can't buy tools like these. He made them. My husband didn't insult God, but maybe he stepped on his toe, and his life went out of him. The truth is, I'm relieved to leave this place. Tieng Valley is not some preserved jar of, I don't know, it's chaos. It's life. It's constantly changing. They might be incredibly valuable to a scientist on the other side of the world. I don't know. I also hate them. I get you're a curious soul, but I forbid you from using them. I don't care, but he did. He gave his life trying to understand this world. I can't keep these tools, and I can't throw them away. There's even more of them, bigger ones, out at his work shed. Okay, I'm gonna turn away now. I want you to take them or throw them away. I don't want to know.
Just a quick side note here. I choose to take the tools just because I'm collecting things and I'm grabbing people's letters and posters off the wall. I figured why not grab some tools as well. But they have no correlation to anything else in the story. You don't use them. They don't bring you bad luck. They don't bring you good luck. They bring you nothing. So I don't want you to stress about whether or not you should take them.
It's just across the river and up the hill. The doors to the shrine open when the sun goes down. The monk is still in there. I hope he'll evacuate. That's Matiora. She lives east of here, out in the woods by the river. She said she'll evacuate, but she's still here. It makes me nervous, but I can't complain. We're still here too. That's Kochi. He was such an easy kid back then. He used to talk more, used to make up stories. I really hope the city has kids his age. It was already a small world when it was the three of us. Now he spends so much time alone. The past is such a heavy dream, and I never remember my dreams. But when I wake up, there's a cloud of feelings the dream left behind. Then the day begins. I move around, and that trace disappears. I wonder if our memories of the valley will drift away like that. Enough of these old photos. We still have work to do.
So a bit of editing, a bit of jumping around here, but our task is complete. And after we have made some choices for Sophon, we are going to just kind of have this final conversation here with her.
I'm glad you came to Tieng Valley today. Thank you for being there for me. I didn't realize how much I needed a stranger's ear. Now, there's no rush, but as you try to wrap your mind around this place, feel free to come ask me questions. I'll be right here until night comes.
So that's emotional baggage handler. That's taken care of there. And I think, yeah, I went ahead and put down the memories in the scrapbook and started doing that kind of stuff. I think I skipped, yeah, so that's the end of what I ended up doing there with all that information. So once you're done with this, I suggest you take care of the next one right away because it is a helpful thing to do for the rest of your time in the valley. So go ahead and grab your bike, head on out of the estate here, of the farm area, whatever, and you're going to see Kochi on his bike.
Do you want to go on
Talk to him, and he's going to offer to give you a tour of the valley.
sightseeing tour? The next tour leaves in... well, now basically. Saying goodbye is like when you empty your pockets before going to bed. You get to see what you picked up. The things I picked up need somewhere to sleep. Follow me.
So the basic tenet of the bike tour is just follow Kochi. Kochi's going to stop at, I think, about 5 or 6 different places. Have a conversation, show you some things, ask you to do some things, maybe take a picture or two. Here's the first stop. It's a treehouse that's right
This is my
behind the farm area.
tree. Since we can't bring it to
We
the
kind of
city,
saw it off in the distance as we were traveling
I don't care what we bring.
over to this area.
I love the tree. And Dad
But there's an
did.
important item here
That's
at this
what we did.
location, so I did want to show this
All
entire
other stuff in
scene.
the valley that makes
Most
you
of the other
feel
scenes are going to be cut out during the tour, just to save on time to let you experience them on your own.
See? This used to be purple.
But we're going to get
And
a
dangerous.
piece
That
of
means
memorabilia
dangerous.
here for our
I
scrapbook.
wanted to make it so all the
Or
purple
actually, I think
rocks
we
are
end up
safe
using
and
it
green.
later
You know there are
with
plants underwater.
Matiora,
From an
I
underwater
think is her
cave,
name, the
this
artist. I
one
believe
can't
we use
die.
it there.
It's been through too much. Let's go.
So don't go just yet, because there's one thing that we want to collect other than this piece of paper here, which has some music on it.
A mineral that can affect the mind.
But over in the area to our right, this little porch area with the tire swing, off in the corner, and it's hard to see it here. It's kind of obstructed by flowers. In this birdhouse is a locket, and you want to pick this locket up and inspect it. You're going to read Matyora's name. We've already been shown a picture of Matyora,
The bird stole a small trinket.
told that she's the artist
I
that
left
lives
the bird its prize,
at the
but
edge of
maybe I
town.
can learn more about
So
the
that
bird.
locket there was stolen by a bird, I guess. We can't take it with us, but now that we've inspected it, we've read the name on it, we're going to keep it in our memories, and we are going to bring it up when we meet Matyora. And we're going to look at that when we look at Love Uncoverer, the Love Uncoverer trophy, when we are working with the artist.
Let's go.
I will likely reference this or possibly even show this footage again in that trophy guide video. But just keep it in mind as you're going through the tour. The next stop we're going to make also is a location where you can get another trophy, graffiti artist. And I actually had no idea that I was in the spot I needed to be at. I end up taking a picture of the art sculpture that is there, and then towards the end of my time in the valley, as it's getting very dark, I go back and I find the same location, and I take care of the graffiti artist requirements, and then take a picture of the same sculpture and realize I have already been here before. So I'm just going to show that to you, show you this scene, and walk up to it. So that slab right over there, that giant cement block, that's where you can choose to draw something onto the cement to get graffiti artist. And here is where I take a picture of this sculpture, not even realizing I'm here. So during this tour, you could actually just go ahead and take care of graffiti artist. So if you want to, just walk around that block. There's a drawing on the cement already. I believe it's a sleeping greyhound or some kind of, maybe a fisherman or something. I can't remember what it is exactly, but then on the caddy corner wall that's blank, you'll have the option to draw something. Again, that's graffiti artist trophy, so we will look at that in another video. And I will show you a path from the artist's area here in the forest and how to get to it. But here is our third stop, and Kochi's going to ask us to take a picture. There's a memory from when he was here with his father and so forth. We're going to cut most of that story out. So again, the important thing is every single time you stop, you can do whatever you want. You can take pictures, but just make sure that you go back to Kochi and you select continue the tour. If you continue it for the 5 or 6 stops, then when you get to the final stop and you help Kochi out with what he needs there, then you will get Tour de Tieng trophy. So here Kochi is bringing us to the temple area where the shrine is. It's a shrine, not a temple. And there's a good bit of story, a good bit of lore here in the parking lot that I'm going to cut out. But there's lots of stuff you can do. There's some memory flowers. There's some pictures, some posters. There's even some ancient artifact vehicles and so forth in the background that you can take pictures of. But I'll let you experience that on your own. But we are heading around and through the shrine area. So I don't know if I've mentioned this previously, but again, the valley, your exploration of the valley is kind of timed out. By the time you reach sunset, you do want to get all these kind of trophies taken care of, because as it gets dark, then the shrine doors open and you can go in and talk to the monk who's been kind of a recluse and has stayed in the shrine area for a long time and will need to be taken out before the flood comes through. But once you cross through the shrine doors and reach the point of no return, you basically signal the end of the game. So you definitely want to explore this area as much as you want, but just don't go through the doorway, and it will give you proper warning before you pass that point. Here's another quick cut we're going to do. But, you want to make sure that, again, we're hitting continue to finish the tour. You want to make sure that you handle this stuff with Sophon and Kochi and the items that you need to do with the artist. There is a memory that you need to recall, that something that you've recorded on your tape cassette, your little Walkman recorder there, that you're going to need to listen to at one of the, I think it's about 3 or 4 kind of scenic overlooks. There's benches throughout the valley where you can sit and sketch, and we'll give you an option to listen to your friend Pate recall a memory, or a dream, I mean. You want to do that. You want to do the graffiti artist. You'll want to make sure that you got the items that we got in the previous video, which is the memory flower recording, the Greyhand manifesto, and also the Music for Cows trophy. You want to make sure that you go over to the farm, listen to the radio, change the channel so that the cows do whatever they do in that scene. I'm not entirely sure. It looks like they're coming home, and then of course they aren't coming home anymore. But so those 3: Deep Listener, Greyhands, Praxis 101, and Music for Cows, you want to take care of in the southeast area where you start out. You want to get Love Uncoverer, Artist Assistant with Matiora, the artist, who's in the southeast part of the valley. You want to get Emotional Baggage Handler here, and then go on this tour, the one we're looking at right now, Tour de Tieng, with Sophon and Kochi. And then, as we mentioned before, graffiti artist at that place. I think that's it. And that's everything. So here, I cut this out. There's a large portion of the conclusion and the last item that Kochi wants, and it's a really tender moment. I wanted to kind of take that out so you could experience it for yourself, but it really is nice. It's a nice moment to end on. But now we've seen pretty much the entire valley. We've gone through a whole loop. There are areas you have not seen. You haven't seen the inside of the shrine area, and you have not been taken to the dig site, which is a portion that is to the west of Sophon's farm. I don't know why Kochi didn't take us there, but you might want to get over there. There's nothing that you need for any trophies over there, but lots of information, so check it out. And so that should be all you need to do. Get all those things taken care of before you enter the shrine, and you'll be able to finish up the game and complete it. Hope this helps. Take care.